Good afternoon. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible because it has the potential to go on very long. Um, on Saturday, I went to the second of the would-be annual Glasgow gaming market, which started in 2019. There was none last year because of COVID, and this is its second instalment. Saturday, just there, big sports hall hired out to retro games folk, mostly from England. One from Scotland, not far from Glasgow, Forgotten Worlds, who maybe had the best stall there actually, which was nice. And I took a lot of money with me. I was excited. I was quite nervous actually because I feel like these environments are quite competitive. Yeah, I was a bit stressed, a bit nervous, but I was excited. And my strategy going in, I had birthday money from my 30th as well as some proceeds from eBay from a few months ago. My thought was, I usually don't talk about money, but I took 250 quid. Not like an extraordinary amount of money for. Well, I mean, it's a lot of money, but these things can cost more. And it was a nicely sequestered amount of money, so it's not like doesn't touch living expenses. Thankfully, I don't feel like I've had an expensive week. Let me put it that way. And I was prepared, given the occasion, to buy only one or two things, something really rare, really expensive that you don't see often, and even if you do see it, you're not maybe in a position mentally to spend a ridiculous amount of money on it at the drop of a hat. So I was prepared to blow that money on one or two things if that's what happened. But that's not how it worked out. I got a real mixed bag, which was actually very nice. And I'm just going to rattle through them because otherwise this will take all day. So, the fun stuff. I got a lot of Game Boy games. Presentably good condition junk, basically. Let's rattle through them. Quest for Camelot. I think this is a little known Disney film or something. Warner Bros. Titus. It's a USA cart. Quest for Camelot. Black. Is it a Game Boy Color, non-exclusive Game Boy Color style thing? I'm just going to leave prices on things because I've blown a lot of money on this collectively. I've seen this cartridge before. These really appealed to me. There were a few Japanese cartridges. I got the cheaper ones. Kirby. Is it Kirby's Dream Land? I don't know what the original Kirby game is. Maybe this is a Japanese only one. I don't know. Really sweet cartridge. I really like this. I haven't the faintest idea what this is. Sort of rings bells. Maybe I've seen it on one of these Instagram Game Boy collectors pages. 3 stupid sports games. F1 Race, UK. FIFA 2000, UK. And Madden 2000, Euro. I think those all cost like £3 each. Yeah, three. Yeah. David O'Leary's Total Soccer. Yep. That was £4, I think. Crazy Castle 3 and 4. I remember these were on. Some of these were on AVGN, weren't they? But then Crazy Castle 5, I think, is Woody Woodpecker, maybe? And the interesting one, Rayman on the Game Boy Color. Now, I I had forgotten. I must have seen this before, but I had forgotten that. This is the most expensive Game Boy game I got, £6. So, I guess my Game Boy buying tastes go up to £6. I wasn't aware that there was a Game Boy Color game port of Rayman, or not port, but version of it. There's already sort of scaling down necessary for the Rayman port on Game Boy Advance. So I'm really interested to see what this game is like. It's funny because it's got the Rayman 2 style artwork. Yeah, that's definitely true. But I don't know. So maybe it takes more cues from Rayman 2 somehow. Obviously, it's not 3D. Anyway, so lots of fun Game Boy games. I'm going to enjoy putting those away in my drawer. Mega Games 2. Now, this is a cartridge we had as bairns. My sister has it now because she has our original Mega Drive, so that when she gets stoned, she can play Streets of Rage occasionally. And so these are. I've had a copy of this a long time ago. She's got it now, and I want to play these games. I actually tried to play Streets of Rage the other day on a cartridge I bought. I think I made a little video about it just the other day. It's not working, so I returned it yesterday. But now I can play Streets of Rage and the others. Yeah, nothing more to say about that right now. Mixture of PlayStation games. I bought these. I'm going to take the prices off, actually, this one, because, I don't know if I got great prices for all of these. That was not my primary worry. Now, wait a minute. Did I make a video the last time I bought this? If I didn't, for God's sake, this is a good thing. Whatever, doesn't matter. If someone sees this and is like, "Oh my God, you got ripped off," so what? Final Fantasy Origins. I tried to buy this a few months ago, and it turned out it was in Italian. So this has a slight crack on the front, but like there. But there's no exclusive sticker type stuff on the front, so I can replace it with a different case. So that's absolutely grand. It looks great. Besides that, I love the artwork on the front of this. So much nicer than anthologies in the European version. The discs inside are beautiful. I don't know if I showed them in the previous video. One's pink, one's blue. Gorgeous. Kind of like these colours, but more vibrant. Really nice. Ape Escape. One of my favourite games of all time. Very special game. Really good music. Just a total weird game. Really unique, imaginative. And I didn't have a copy. I had a copy a while ago, but I traded it in because it didn't have instruction manuals. It had like a weird cover. I don't think the cover had any like sticker on it or something. I've now got complete in-box version of it. I think all this stuff said like no manual if they had no manual. So trusting a little bit in the way of condition, I suppose, for these things. But looks great. So fingers crossed this all holds true. The last purchase I made, Medieval 2. Now I have only played the demo version of Medieval 2. I've not played the game of Medieval or Medieval 2 themselves. And when I revisit these old things, especially when it's a new series, I like to start at the beginning. So part of me is a little bit resistant to play this until I've got Medieval. But it's a game I've had my eye on for quite a while. And I had exactly its amount of money left over. I actually thought I had £1 shy of what it cost. And I said to the guy, I was like, look, I've got £23 left in cash. And he looked at it, it was 24, and he said, I'm really sorry, I can't do it for less than 24. And I was just like, really? Um, I wasn't even haggling. It was just that, look, this is what I've got. It's a pound. Um, and I just wanted to use the cash that I had. I was really surprised because haggling and just like deal making is really, really ordinary in this sort of in this world. So that really surprised me. Maybe he didn't have the authority, but as it turns out, I was miscounting. One of the coins was a £2 coin, so I was like, oh, actually, I miscounted. But it was very strange. It wasn't awkward. I was just like, oh, okay, well, fine then. But strange to me. Now, the most expensive thing I got, Pikmin 2. Nice. Well, it's the going rate pretty much, it seems. But nice condition. There's even like a kind of still like a grain, it seems, on the. Don't know if you'll be able to see that one thing on the manual. Like the paper looks really nice. And that seems a bit insane. So really nice condition. I haven't played Pikmin 2, so I'm really looking forward to playing this. Might replace the box. It's got a couple dents in the plastic, but that's absolutely fine. It's even got like a new smell to it. It's weird. It's got all of the stuff. Oh, it's got all of the stuff. Oh my god. It's got that's bonkers. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with that. It was a while ago I was considering getting it in CEX. I think I was in the mood around then just to buy another expensive game. And it didn't have a manual, and it was like £55. Now I was in the other day, and they have a copy of this for 50 now. So I didn't get this, under the going rate. If CEX is a good way to judge that, possibly not. But for the going rate, really good condition from an independent seller. So I'm perfectly happy with that. Now, the really exciting things I got, which I'm very, very pleased with. This vendor, Forgotten Worlds, just outside Glasgow, Stewarton, they had possibly the best stall there. It was enormous. I think it was the biggest stall. Very excited to go back because the guy said this was half what they had there, half of his inventory for the shop itself. They had a lot of Japanese stuff. And as well as that, they had a lot of boxed Game Boy games. I've been battling with whether to, at some point, give in and buy boxed Pokemon games. They're pretty much the only boxed Game Boy games I'm interested in having. I just like cartridges, but I love the artwork. I have such a connection with those games. They feel like, stuff I want to have. The question is when and for how much. They're too expensive right now. They're like 120 plus, 150 for a lot of them at the moment. And they're just common. They're very common, and they're not in good condition when you see them in CEX. I hope they come down, because it's not about rarity. It's not about, it's not about rarity or scarcity. It's just perceived demand and kind of maybe speculation. Maybe that's a bit of a grand term to use. Anyway, part of me was thinking, is this the occasion to just give in and buy one of these? But I didn't. What I got instead is arguably more interesting. It's not quite a replacement for the European or the UK copies for me, but what I got instead were arguably much more interesting and beautiful Japanese gold and silver for the pair of them for half the price of what you would pay for one of these UK versions. There's a variety of these cartridges, quite a lot of gold in various conditions. These are decent, I'd say, they're decent for me, but what beautiful things, so shiny. pretty much the same back covers. Let's see who's there. Yeah, Pichu and Maril, same on gold. So how I'm gonna store these, display them, I don't really have much of a display for games right now, but my collection is growing. So yeah, I'm really excited about these, excited about playing them. Within reason, I don't want to be opening the box all the time. So maybe I'll get Japanese cartridges for these as well at some point, just to play them. But I'll play these, I'm not going to not open the boxes. Maybe I'll do a longer video, or a video just on these, so that it's not too long when I do that. Kind of an unboxing, I suppose, ish. Anyway, so my first serious collector trip, I suppose. I didn't go far, but yeah. It was great. Bit intense, bit busy. There were gaps in what was available, I'd say, but that's just down to the vendors, what they were choosing to bring. I think the event was really well organised. Almost everyone was wearing masks, which was nice. Hand sanitizer on the way in that people seem to be using. Some really cool stuff. One thing I saw that was quite cool, I collect for Game Boy because it's small, cheap, and interesting. It's the only thing that I'll buy almost anything for. Well, I will buy anything for it if it's not expensive and if it's in decent condition. Exception to this rule of affordability, which I didn't know about. Mega Man 4 cartridge only, behind a glass case at one of these stalls, and that was £180 on its own. I think the vendor seemed to suggest that he didn't really have anything to compare it to, so that might have been a bit of a, I don't know whether he had so much to go on in terms of its current price. So, but that was really interesting, to know that there's, I must have known, really, if I'd thought about it, that there were Game Boy games that were that expensive, cartridge only, but it happens on other consoles, of course, but I haven't come across one yet, I don't think. So, for example, box Pokemon, 130, 150 quid. The cartridges are still only 20 quid, unless you're getting into Pokemon Emerald, which is 50 quid at the moment. But generally speaking, affordable games, so for cartridges only, so that was interesting. The other mad thing I saw, which doesn't really interest me at all, Resident Evil 4 limited edition GameCube, boxed, sealed, pretty good condition, I suppose. £1,700. So yeah, really expensive box. For some reason, boxed, sealed consoles. I get it with games, not so much with consoles. It's just a big cardboard box with something in it. I don't know. Yeah, so very successful trip, a lot of fun. It's as well that will only happen once a year. Can maybe afford to do that once a year, but not more often than that. So great fun. I'll definitely be going back to Forgotten Worlds. Yeah, fun. Cheers.